I am Myron the Fluffy. I am the red panda-y looking fursuiter who does videos on, topics about the fandoms and discussions and tutorials, and I feel like we should close that door. So Beagle, you describe who you are. I will close this door.
Hey guys, I'm Beagle in Red. This is how I look in all my videos, so if you don't recognize me, you probably don't watch my channel, which is okay. I hope you guys do by the end of this panel.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
What's a YouTube?
He does make the videos, occasionally. About fries and other furry things. Panera bread, a lot of Panera bread, in case the hat didn't tip you off.
Don't you mean Panera bread?
Oh my god, please stop.
That's for a future video.
There are children, these weapons-grade puns, you're gonna have to... Anyway.
There's no rules against it in the Geneva Convention.
So yeah, we do the YouTube, we make the videos. We can give you a general roadmap of what the heck we're going to talk about here in this little panel. So we're going to go over some hardware, what you need to actually make your videos, cameras, microphones, all that fun stuff. Spoiler alert, you don't really need much to make videos. Editing, how to actually cut together those videos into something that resembles a finished product. Promotion, how to get your name out there. Doesn't matter if you make a video if no one watches it. So how do you get your videos out there? How do you get people to watch them? Video topics, what are you even going to record? Channel setup, how to actually set up your YouTube channel and make it look pretty and professional. And then we're going to top it all off with a Q&A. We're going to take your questions if you have any of them. Hopefully you do, because we don't have enough material to cover a full hour. So let's move on into hardware. So I'll start off here. I'm going to talk about cameras. So cameras, the quick and dirty of it is, if it can record your pretty face, it'll work for YouTube. At the bare minimum, use a webcam, use your smartphone. Smartphones are actually getting ridiculously good as cameras nowadays, to the point where I bought a DSLR specifically for recording video, and then a year later bought that smartphone that's sitting right there. I use that smartphone to record my video because it takes better video. But the gist is, if it can record your face, use it. Now obviously there are really nice cameras that you can use. You can go out to your local electronics store and buy a $1,000 camera, and that will look pretty and that will look good and it increases your production value, but it's not entirely necessary. So for microphones, if you want to discuss it real quick.
I think you're the one with the microphone.
Am I the one with microphones? Oh yeah, I'm the audiophile. I keep forgetting. Microphones, kind of the same general story as cameras. If it can record your pretty voice, it'll work. Most cameras come with a microphone, so you can usually just use the audio off of that. However, if you want to get fancy with your audio, you can switch to a lapel mic, like I've got down in the corner there. And those are those fun things that you see on like newscasters and interviewers, where they're clipped to your shirt right here, and they pick up your voice while hopefully not picking up all the other stuff in your environment. Or you can use like a hot foot mount, I can't remember the exact term for it, but the kind of microphones that sit on the top of your camera and actually plug into your camera. Or you can be like me and use what should be used for a desktop computer. This is a Yeti, or a Blue Yeti microphone. You can use this to record. Just like cameras, you can use whatever works for you. That's kind of the gist of a lot of this stuff. If it works for you, use it. The biggest furry YouTuber names, you'd be surprised how low cost a lot of their solutions, a lot of their different hardware needs are. It's actually pretty impressive. So for lighting, generally speaking, try and get good light on yourself. If you can do that naturally, wonderful. If you can't, you can use a ring light, you can use tent lights. There's a lot of different lighting tools you can use, but the general story is, if your camera can't pick you up, it doesn't matter. So try and get as much light on you as possible. Literally, the more light you can get on your face, the better, because your camera will adjust to the light values and it'll only look better. And then as far as actual setup,
So basically, where does everything go? Most importantly, lighting is going to be the difference between everyone being able to see like a cute person face or a big black mask. So lights should be in front of you, and try not to have being backlit, which is when you have like an open window or a lamp or something behind you, because that will cause the shadow to be on your face. So lights in front, up, or if you have like, if you're just using room lights, just make sure it's going down on your face and not behind you. Mics,
Yeah, you want your mic to be in front of you.
yeah, but
usually.
you might not want it to be in view, so you can like
Yes.
hide it, like maybe just on the side under your table.
Mhm.
Just be conspicuous to that.
Being conspicuous, yeah. And then cameras, obviously you want a good angle on yourself. Generally speaking, don't shoot from below. So if you have a camera, make sure it is at the worst pointing down on you, but generally you want it to be about eye level, unless you're trying to get a very specific effect of like down.
It's always a good idea to just like preview your setup before you start filming,
Mhm.
so you don't like actually cut off the top of your head the whole video.
Or you're out of focus.
Yeah.
Do a little test shot and actually review it, because I have been lazy and had to throw out entire videos because I go to edit and I'm like, oh, I'm totally out of focus. I am just a big blurry mess. So setup is important. You gotta frame your videos properly, or else they might not come out the way you'd like them. So, editing. So I'll just run over quickly just some programs for editing, and then you can kind of go into some of the techniques. So programs, the theme of this whole presentation is whatever works for you, but as far as programs that a lot of our YouTubers use, almost unanimously people use Adobe Premiere Pro, but I know a couple of people use Sony Vegas. I know one person who used Windows Movie Maker. You can really, if it can cut together video clips, it'll work. The whole point of the program that you're using is to take the video that you brought in, be able to chop out the parts that are garbage, because you will inevitably stumble over your own words. And then if you can do the added bonus of throwing in effects and text and all sorts of fun stuff, that's great, but that's not entirely necessary. So really just anything that can put your stuff together. But techniques.
If you want to go to the next slide first. So cutting is pretty much synonymous with editing. At the moment, it's going to be like the main thing that you do with your videos, because a raw file is probably going to be like 30 minutes, or you could cut that down to a 5-minute video.
Oh yeah.
Like cutting out all the silent times, like you're like getting ready to switch points. Yeah, all the broken up grammars.
Just trip over your words real bad.
The top picture is actually a good example of tripping over words. So I am bad at talking live on camera. I stutter a lot, pause a lot between my words. So I don't know if you can really see on the slide, but those 6 clips under that red line, that's one sentence I pieced together from like a 20-second clip into one sentence. So like, if you're bad at talking, and you ramble a lot like me, just pick the right words, put it together.
Yeah.
And
Editing is your lifesaver. It
Yeah.
can take a 30-minute rambly, questionable garbage argument and turn it into a nice, concise, easily followable discussion. So editing is entirely your friend. At the very least, try and cut out the empty dead air gaps and the flubs, but you can also do some fun stuff, like right here where Beagle just poof magically appears due to the magic of jump cuts and 2 people who were trying to be as steady as possible. I remember that. There was like a solid couple seconds where I was like, don't move at all. Don't move at all, it'll ruin the jump cut. Alrighty. So,
you want to do copyright. So nobody wants to watch just a pure silent video of you talking with some awkward background noises maybe. And then, so you want to add some music to your videos, but you probably hear a lot about copyright issues with YouTube, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to find usable audio. You might just randomly get slapped with a copyright notice on your video.
bam.
Yeah.
I've gotten hit with a few of them.
Like, if you're lucky, they might just say, oh, you can't monetize this video. If you're unlucky, they're like, we're going to take your video down, give you a strike, and take down your whole channel if you do this ever again.
So you have to be really careful with what kind of music you use. A good way to actually test in advance is to upload video, like just a video with the audio you're planning on using, and see if YouTube strikes it down immediately.
Yeah.
But if you want to be more careful, there's a lot of places where you can get good usable music on YouTube that doesn't copyright infringe. There's an audio library that they offer, and then there's a couple of different channels like No Copyright Sound and some other places where they'll offer music, and all you have to do is throw a little link to them in the description.
Yeah, so YouTube's own resources are very useful, like the audio library we just mentioned. It has like hundreds or thousands of free tracks you can use, and you can sort it by genre, mood, instruments, just to like find something that fits your video.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find something that if you have a happy upbeat, video, just type in and right here, I'll even use this little mouse cursor. In the mood, you can just put in upbeat. They have a whole section for that. It's all really fun, happy, yay music. If you have a dramatic moment, you can look, mood, drama, duration, real short for like a little dramatic sting, a little short clip of audio to accent a point. I feel like it's one of the lesser known like secrets because I've talked to people who have like multiple thousands of subs and they're like, wait, there's an audio library? And you're like, oh boy, have I got news for you.
Another thing that YouTube has like a record of is if you want to use a copyrighted song, you can actually look up the rights to that song if you can use it. Because some songs, they do let you use it in videos for free. They just might have like certain restrictions, like you can't monetize it or there will be certain ads on your video. But it doesn't mean everything's off limits.
Yeah, like I know Nintendo music, if you use anything from any Nintendo game, they will remove the advertising option for your video, so you can't put any advertisements on it, but your video will still have advertisements, it's just all the revenue will go to Nintendo, but I mean, the ad money's pretty, so.
Yeah.
I like to use Nintendo music because it's like nostalgic and everyone loves it, and I love it because I'm a Nintendo child, but point is there's a lot of places to get your music, but you also have to be very careful. Move on here. All right, so we're gonna move on to good old promotion. How do you get your videos, how do you get your name out there? Because it doesn't matter if you make a video, if no one watches it, then you're basically talking to an inanimate object. So one of the good places to start on promotion is social media, Twitter, Facebook, Amino, wherever you can get your name out that people will see it, good places to start. Like for example, whenever I put out a video, I'll post it on Twitter, I'll post it on Amino, I occasionally post it on Facebook if I'm remembering, because I don't go on Facebook very much, but the point is to let everyone know that, hey, I made this new shiny video, woo, you should all watch it. Get your name out.
So another way to get your name out on YouTube to get other people to watch your videos is doing collaborations, which is basically when two YouTubers get together and they share an audience.
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
So basically you're like trading audiences with the other person. Like people who only watch one person are now, like they see this other person, they're like, oh, maybe they make similar contents to the first person I watched. I want to see what they do.
And then a good way to, and this kind of falls into promotion, but your thumbnails. When people are browsing YouTube and they come across your video, they're going to read the title, they're going to look at the thumbnail. And the thumbnail's that little picture down in the corner that's kind of supposed to incorporate what your video is about. So you don't want to get super like clickbaity and like flashy, watch this is really, but you do want to have an attractive design that will get people to both kind of quickly understand maybe what this video is about, as well as actually drawing them in to watch the video, to actually be interested in clicking on your link and clicking on your video.
Yeah, as for clickbait, I wrote question mark because we talk about that a lot, but I find it generally, try to be honest with your thumbnails. Like, if you're gonna make like, getting banned from Las Vegas, like Nasaina, he actually went to Las Vegas and got banned, so he has the right to use a thumbnail like that.
Oh boy, but if your video is like, yay, fursuiting around MFF, and you got like a picture of yourself, and then you like Photoshop in like a million different popular furries and fursuits and stuff, and the video is just you walking around MFF going for 10 minutes, that's kind of disingenuous in some regard, because you're promising people one thing and then delivering them a totally different thing. And that's where you get into the bad, that's where you get into what everyone kind of calls clickbait. Mm-hmm. Like when you're giving off a false impression with your thumbnail.
Yeah, it kind of leaves a negative impression on your channel.
Yeah, and then they won't come back for more. Even if you come out with another video like, oh, First Square, and you put in pictures of popular furries there, and you actually did go and interact with them, someone's gonna look at that thumbnail and be like, well, his last video, he didn't do any of that. So you just want to stay honest, but definitely kind of talk yourself up. You know, give yourself something attractive and interesting and visually appealing for people to actually want to click on. Righty. Moving on to a good clip. All right, video topics. So you have to make videos. They have to be about something. You can't just set up a camera and go. They actually have to have some material and some substance to them. And when you're starting out, this is when it can be both the easiest and the hardest. The easiest way to start out is to literally just start out with your first video. Just hey guys, this is what my channel is generally going to be about. This is what we're generally going to do. Stick around and you know, this is what I'm going to do. Yay, come back. But from then on out, you kind of have to start thinking of actual topics to fill your videos with.
So just going down the list of things that we have, we'll talk more in depth about each of them, but we got topical videos, interactive, music, tutorials, skits, and live streaming, which is sort of its own category. Topical videos are basically you pick a topic and you talk about it, and usually it's going to be something that's relevant, interesting, that you think your viewers will enjoy.
Yeah, so like a topical video right now, 50 reasons why you shouldn't eat Tide Pods. Something that's actually relevant nowadays, that has some real impact on something that's very prevalent and popular in the furry fandom as a whole.
50 reasons?
I feel like you just need one. Just
One would think.
one would think.
Like if you want to, like an example of a topical channel, Hikari Ryu is, she does a lot of topical videos. Like her bottle show is basically every week is a new topic. Like she would talk about fursuit financing and budgeting, and she is really good at what she does, so she can make finances interesting for a furry audience.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Talking about money fun.
So interactive videos are basically, they're pretty popular. Like Q&As, like your audience gets to be in the video, and that usually draws a lot of attraction and attention to you. So
Yeah, the whole idea of an interactive video is you're putting out something that pulls your audience in. Like Beagle said, a Q&A. You ask your audience questions and then they answer. You can even do this in the form of a live stream if you want to get real interactive. But, sorry, choked over my own words. But yeah, interactive videos really help you with crowd engagement, with audience engagement, and if you're able to actually take what the audience says and pull it into your video, it makes them feel appreciated, because you do appreciate them. They're your audience. They're the reason why you're doing this all. So giving them that warm, fuzzy feeling makes them come back and watch more videos, which is your end goal. So music videos. I don't music, so...
yeah, I don't. No, music videos is mostly like, no, I don't think either of us do it, but that'd be like fursuit dancing or con videos with good music stuff. These are like pretty cinematic usually.
Yeah.
Less about yourself, more about either like the thing you show like a con video or dancing.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're NOS and you just have an electric keyboard, you just video camera. It's an interesting character. All right, tutorials and discussions. This is kind of my forte because my channel is like 90% tutorials and discussions and 10% me making a fool of myself in said tutorials and discussions. But the whole idea of if you're going to be like a tutorial or discussion suitor, YouTuber, whatever. First, most important thing about those kind of videos is confidence in what you're saying. Because if you're not confident in the tutorial or whatever you're talking about, why should anyone take your word as law? Why should anyone like think that you actually know what you're talking about? And second off, this can actually help with your confidence in some regard, is giving them a reason for why you should be listened to. It's almost like a vocal resume in a sense. If you're talking about, like I have a Fursuiting 101 set of videos, and I kind of describe that, yes, I've been fursuiting for many years. I have like 1,000 hours in suit, and when people see, hey, yeah, this person actually knows what they're talking about, they're more likely to both listen to your videos and suggest them to other people. Because if they think that you're right and someone else comes up to them with a question, hey, look, there's this wonderful video that describes exactly what your question is, you should just watch this instead. Skits.
So
You're good on the
skits,
skits.
these are typically collabs with other people, but you can do it with yourself. These are basically just like short little skits, like
Yeah.
little acting scenarios, usually.
Like little scenes, little short stories
Yeah,
almost.
little stories that you write out. It's fun to do with friends. You can also do it with yourself, like I know a lot of YouTubers like Majira and Vix, they would do like one character in fursuit, the other character out of fursuit, and kind of cut back and forth between camera angles.
But
These
yeah.
are like a fun way to like express your persona's character out to the audience.
And then with streaming, all you need for streaming really is a webcam with a microphone.
And good internet.
And good internet. Oh god.
Something I
In
don't
America,
have.
That's sometimes really hard. But streaming, you can do a whole lot of things. You can do fursuit construction. You can play video games. You can play music. You can pretty much anything like live action that people would watch in the real world. Hey, you can stream it, and you can reach an even bigger audience. So it's a real great way. It's almost an interactive video in itself. It's a way to get out and talk to the audience, and to your viewers themselves, because they'll tune in, they'll watch, and you can, have some fun with them. In my case, I play a bunch of silly games, sometimes with my viewers, and it's just a real fun way to almost give back to them. Like, yeah, we're gonna play some games. It's gonna be fun. Like, let's have some fun. And they can sometimes break up if you have like. In my case, I'm a lot of tutorials and discussions, being able to kind of break up my videos with some fun streams. I can kind of hit another different audience in a different respect.
Also, streaming is a good way just to like have content when you're out of ideas, because you don't really need to plan anything, because you just go with the flow.
I mean, if you're a Scar, you literally go with the flow.
Oh, yeah,
He just turns on a camera and
anyone was
goes
at
for
yesterday's
it.
YouTube panel, that's
Oh, it was bad.
how a stream could go.
Yeah. If were any of you at the furry YouTuber meetup?
I was.
Yeah, so you two know exactly how much that just. It was good. It was fun, but it was weird. Alrighty, let's move on here a little bit. Channel setup. Actually setting up your channel, because you can't. I mean, you could just create a channel and go for it, but if you have like a nice banner, nice assets, and a nice name and all that other fun stuff, it makes your channel look that much more professional and gives people a reason to actually, listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, just naming your channel, like, do you want it just to be a character's name, or you want to like kind of have like a little production company behind your name, or something? Usually it's good to pick something catchy, easy to say, unique, so when someone says your name, people know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't want to have a name like, XX Furry YouTuber 1735, something that doesn't really roll off the tongue very well. You want it to be easy for people to just type into a search bar. If I walk up to you and I'm like, oh yeah, I saw this video from Furry YouTuber 4045-7, and you'd be like, what? Sorry, I'm not going to remember that. That's too much. But if someone walks up to you like, hey, I saw this video from Beagle in Red. Easy, Beagle in Red. You just type that right in. You want to have a name that's both easy to remember, flashy, catches someone's eye, and even in some regards kind of reflects what you're going to be doing.
See, if anyone knows Fox Veritas, he's a furry YouTuber. His channel name used to be Like a Fox Productions. It's a bit long, so this year he changed it to Fox Films, so it's like a 2-word, easy, memorable.
Yep. So something you can do to make your channel look really nice and fancy and professional is to have a nice icon, a nice banner. So on your actual YouTube main page, you're going to have a big old banner along the top, like this, like the Furry YouTuber podcast right here. Well, the whole point of this banner is it's almost like a visual representation of what your channel is going to be about in some regard. Like for my channel, I have just a little piece of art of my character, and then it's got like a little, 3 little bullet points of basically what I do. And a bunch of art and flashy stuff to make it look all pretty. But the whole idea is that if someone clicks on my channel, they can look at that banner and go, oh, okay, I generally know what this person's about with his videos. And then your icon's kind of along the same line, although it's less about describing your channel and more about just being a noticeable, recognizable, fun little depiction of yourself. So default video upload options. These are kind of important to set before you make any videos. I don't know if it defaults to private, but on the off chance that your defaults are not set to upload your videos as private, it can be kind of awkward when you upload a video that has some ridiculous name on the file name. And so what hits your page is Final Cut Video Furry blah 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 .avi instead of the nice short video name that you actually had planned out. So you want to make sure and actually set up your video default upload options before you start uploading your videos, so that, I mean, the most important one is just that it uploads as private, so that you can make all the YouTube side changes and touch-ups and edits before they actually go live.
Done that before.
Uploading video can typically take like a couple minutes up to an hour depending on the video. So just use that time. Make sure your title's correct, your description, and if you want to like post any links to your social media, all that stuff. And if you want to monetize your video, you can also do that there, because I know the default setting is set to off.
Yeah.
So if you want the ad revenue, remember to turn that on when you upload your video so you get that initial rush of views counted.
Yep. Get all that wonderful YouTube money. Non-existent nowadays, though.
Monetization. Next topic.
Yep. All right, and the last thing we'll talk about is social media accounts and contacts. So we kind of went over social medias a little bit earlier, but when you're setting up your channel, there's a lot of fun places to throw in your Twitter, your FA, your whatever other social media or website that you have for your content. This is a good way to get people to go follow you on Twitter or follow you on Facebook or something along the lines of that, and then they can get, you know, bombarded with the news of your videos from 2 sources instead of 1, which means they might actually view your video.
Yeah.
But moving on. Oh, this one we had something on monetization. Well, whatever. We're going to talk about monetization and the fun, sad reality that is
Yeah.
monetization.
Want, want.
Yeah, wah is a good way to describe it. So monetization now, it used to be just, I think it was you have 1,000 subscribers and you can monetize your videos. Now it's you have to have 1,000 subscribers and
40 hours view time.
No, 40,000.
40,000 hours of
Around
view
40,000,
time.
4,000.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. It's understandable. The funny way is, a really good way around that is to do like long streams, because if you take all of my non-streams, like view time, and put them together, it's like 1/10 of what my like 4 streams are together. It's a little bit ridiculous. That's actually kind of a good little workaround if you want to get those view hours high enough to monetize. But in short, I mean, if you're going for money with Furry YouTube, I hate saying you're getting into it for the wrong reason, because everyone kind of has their own reason for getting into Furry YouTube, but just know that until you get massive, you will not break even. Like, the amount of ad revenue that I get from videos is like a couple bucks a month. It's pretty non-existent. So you have to kind of reach out to like external revenue sources, Patreon and merchandise and all that fun stuff to actually get any sort of reasonable money.
Yeah, if you're like under the 40,000, 4,000 hours.
It's 40 or 40.
Yeah, if
it's
you're
a lot.
under that view count and then you're upset you can't monetize, you're really not missing much, because all that is going to amount to just like maybe $10 in ad revenue.
All that work for nothing.
Yeah.
I think who was it? Odin Wolf was telling me, he's another furry YouTuber. He's telling me how he had a video that had 75,000 views, and the ad revenue he got on it was $4.
What?
$4, yeah. And 75,000 views on a YouTube video is pretty much like, that's really high. I think my highest one is like 6,500. But I'm pretty like low on average. So
Yeah. YouTube revenue is honestly just like a high five. Like
it's like, yay, you did it. Here's a 1.
A sticker, like
Whee!
a little reward sticker.
Thank you. But also they won't even pay out to you until you hit $100 on your revenue. So the gist of it is ad revenue. Forget about it. It's mostly useless. Oh hey, that's a Scary in the back. He also does the YouTube. Oh, we didn't ask in the beginning. How many people out there have or run a YouTube channel?
2.
I'll count it.
The non-human one's apparently more popular. Don't know why.
Go figure. So I'm assuming the rest of you are either interested in starting yours or just interested in YouTube as a whole, just curious about it for the most part. Alright, cool. Well, good. I think we're pretty much done with the stuff that we have prepped, so we're just going to move into questions. What are we on?
4 o'clock.
It's 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay, so we went 30 minutes. That's
Alright.
good. I'm just going to quickly check my phone and make sure it's actually still recording. But if you have any questions, put them pause up. Oh good, it is still recording. My videos never go, like as far as recording time, never go over about 25 minutes, so I'm not actually sure when that thing will cut off. All right, questions. Anyone have any questions about YouTube as a whole? I've even got a computer in front of me so I can show you things on the actual site. Yes?
I came a little late, so sorry if you already answered this, but about how long does it take for you to edit a video?
It's a good question. I think the generally accepted convention is for every minute of video that you have, it's going to take about an hour to edit. It might go faster if you're more skilled. It might go slower